And joining me now is Evan Siegfried, political commentator and Republican strategist. Evan, thanks as always for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How much pressure is Donald Trump under right now to release this grand jury testimony?
Tremendous. But the grand jury testimony and his call to release, and he put the qualifier of pertinent grand jury testimony, is like the Toronto Maple Leafs announcing, here's our roster for the 2025-2026 season, and only saying Austin Matthews is the only player. It's completely incomplete. What needs to happen is they need to release more than the grand jury testimony. They need to release witness interviews, all of the documents, statements, things like the letter that the Wall Street Journal reported on last night, which was part of a larger collection of evidence. It's only the grand jury testimony is only a fraction of what is out there. And I don't know if it's going to be enough to quell the base. What we did see last night was Trump and the White House's response to the Wall Street Journal by calling it fake news, a time-honored tradition of Donald Trump and his allies since he began running for president. And his base hates fake news, and they always latch onto it. However, we're now 2 weeks into this process, because this started over the 4th of July holiday weekend, where they just said, oh, no real Epstein files, and that's that. But the base has said, wait a second, we're being suckered here. And remember, the base that Donald Trump has had was built on a distrust of people who are in power, both Republican and Democrat, because they felt that they had gotten out of touch with Americans and that they didn't know the struggles and pains people were going through. And simultaneously, they would only look out for themselves. They would only do things that benefited themselves, and they would cover up things for themselves. That was the perception. And now Donald Trump, who claimed he was a fighter for these people and was against the very things I just described, is doing the very thing he said he was fighting.
Now, we've heard this called a civil war that's unfolding in the Republican Party right now. Is it that bad, and could it tear the party apart?
It is that bad because the base has basically said this is the one thing that you do not do. They are willing to forgive and forget with a lot of the sins that Donald Trump does and some of the things that he's done that have been broken promises to them. But when it comes to this, it was such a central thing to them. It was the core belief behind the MAGA movement of the distrust of the ruling class. And now Donald Trump is showing himself to be more on the side of the ruling class in this than on the side of the common man. And the Civil War has extended to Congress. You've seen Republican members of Congress, in addition to Democrats, sponsor amendments in House bills that say we can't go forward unless the entire Epstein files are released. This is not going away.
Okay, Evan, always love hearing from you. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Great to see you, Roger.
Evan Siegfried is political commentator and Republican strategist.